Hey guys, Jesse here, and today I'm going to talk on a rather hot topic in the Gunpla community, which is kind of funny because just about a year or two ago, this topic wouldn't even exist really. But it's on the topic of bootlegs and third-party kits, um, and just I know there's a lot of like infighting and dispute between other builders about the quality of the kits. Are they morally right to buy? What does Bandai think? And blah blah blah. And in this video, I just wanted to clear some things up and give my own opinion on the purchasing of bootlegs at the end. But yeah, I just want to start out with saying that Dabon, TT Hongli, and yes, even Dragon Momoko, they're all bootleggers. And before you start typing in your angry comment or disliking the video, please hear me out. The term bootleg, I know, does sound like a very demeaning term because when you say bootleg, people usually think a poorly made product that was just made with no solar effort. Just they took the original, slapped it in a mold, and printed out their copy, and it's crap. I mean, I used to buy Dragon Ball Z. Bootleg Dragon Ball Z figures from Juarez when I was a kid. We used to just cross over and buy like a $2 Brawly, and it would be crap. But the sort of line that products need to cross to move from bootleg to third party isn't a matter of quality, it's a matter of legalities. Your product's quality could be above and beyond the first party's quality, and you can still be a bootleg if you're not licensed. And that's just what it boils down to. Dabon, TT Hongli, Dragon Momoko, Double Hearts, blah 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 blah. They're not licensed, and that makes them bootlegs. And that's as simple as that. They recast the first party's designs. I know recently what just came out is the Dabon and Dragon Momoko Strike Freedom. It's a recast of Bandai's Metal Build, and I know that's not a model kit, but it is Bandai's product, Bandai's original design. So that's what makes it a bootleg. The only company that comes close to a third-party company is Mechanicore, and that's because their kits are from the ground up, designed and molded originally. They don't recast anything from Bandai. They're inspired by Bandai's designs. Like I know the new one coming out is the Ziegler, which is inspired by the Neo Zeong, but none of those parts are anything that Bandai has made. So, and it's not like no part of the name is even Bandai like owned or anything. It's not even called the Neo Zeong or the, as Dabon likes to call them, the Fighters, which I think is pretty funny. But the point I'm trying to make is that just because we call these companies bootleggers does not mean the quality is not good. It's just what they are. It's just calling it like it is. Mechanicore is technically first party, just by the way. I mean, it's inspired by Bandai design, but Bandai still isn't licensing Mechanicore. So, but Mechanicore isn't directly copying anything from Bandai, so they're really first party when you want to put it into terms. And I also know that this sort of battle that people like to get between like morality and legalities and stuff, this is really like a U.S. thing when it comes to wanting to sue each other over stuff. I know in the Asian countries, the copyright laws are a bit lax, which is why Bandai hasn't 100% attack these Chinese or Taiwan or whatever manufacturers and bootleggers, because they simply don't really care. It's just how it is. Bandai certainly doesn't approve of it. They're not going to tell you, hey, go ahead and buy that stuff. They're going to tell you to buy their products, but they're not anytime soon going to attack them legally. But just to use a quick analogy, just so we can clear it up a little bit more, this is a first-party Wii U Pro controller, whatever it's called. This is designed, produced, and sold by Nintendo and licensed by Nintendo, obviously. This is first-party. This is Bandai's Master Grade Freedom 2.0, let's say. Produced, designed, made originally by Bandai. This is a Pro controller or whatever, a Wii Classic controller, produced by Hori, This is designed and, for the most part, produced by Hori, but licensed by Nintendo. So this works with Nintendo stuff. Nintendo said, yes, you can, this will legally interface with our stuff and blah, blah. You can use our patented layout here or patented buttons, blah, blah, blah. They're given the right to produce this. I don't have a bootleg controller because bootleg controllers are all crap. We all know that. But the point is, I'm trying to make is that is third party. It has to be licensed, is what I'm trying to say. This is legal to buy. This can go on the shelf, and no one's going to get sued. So just to move on to my opinions about purchasing bootlegs, I personally will not be purchasing any bootlegs at all, just because for me it's a matter of morals. For me, in terms of price or whatever, money's not really too much of an object for me. I can afford Bandai stuff, but being an engineer and my girlfriend's a graphic designer, original concepts, designs, art, and engineering are very important to me. So when I see in Bandai engineers / designers hard work, such as the Metal Build Strike Freedom, get just simply recasted and kind of broken up into a plastic model, that bothers me, and I just can't. I can't drop money on something that someone else has designed and someone else has copied and is now selling for a profit, no matter how much modification or work has been done to it. You can add as many panel lines as you want. You can separate the pieces as much as you want. You can cast in a completely different material. But the fact is that IP, that design, that engineering belongs to someone else and was created by someone else. So I just can't. I can't draw money on stuff like that. Even something like the MG Akatsuki that Dragon Momoko has, as badly as I want it, and even though most of the armor is original, the inner frame is the Strike's inner frame. It was made and designed by Bandai, someone who legally made that originally and owns it. So I just can't produce it or purchase it. And that's not to say I think everyone should have the same moral stance. That's just selfish and closed-minded. It's your money. Spend it on whatever you want. I don't care. And I understand that there are places in the world where bootlegs are almost like a must, because places like Mexico, Thailand, I think, and some other places like Malaysia, Taiwan, it's hard to get Bandai stuff. And that's just import and export laws. That's not Bandai charging you just because you live in a different place. They're not going to do that. It's your shipping, it's your country's import-export laws. And I know bootlegs are just going to be cheaper. I mean, I know, I can't remember where, but an HD will cost you up to $50, and it's like, why buy an official HD when I can get a MG whatever bootleg for even cheaper? And I understand that, and that's on other people to figure out how to solve that issue. Maybe Bandai should work on making it easier to obtain Bandai stuff in different countries that up the price. But yeah, like I said, it's your money. Do with it as you please. I'm not going to hate you if you buy bootlegs. No one should. But I would ask you to have some respect if you're going to buy bootlegs and stuff for the original designers. Think about if you were to make an original something, whatever, and you're selling it, and then suddenly down the street someone starts selling the exact same thing, even if they're not going to get even if they don't get better business as you do, it should bother you just a bit that you made a cup of lemonade with your special recipe, then just like 2 blocks down some kid is selling the exact same recipe. It should bother you a bit. And I mean, if you can't afford the Bandai, you should buy the Bandai. Like, you really should not cheap out. But again, I don't know. I kind of feel weird about saying that, but that's how I feel. Like, you shouldn't cheap out. I'm just gonna say it bluntly. You shouldn't cheap out if the Bandai is readily available to you. But again, it's up to you, and I don't really care of what you buy. But I guess I just wanted to give my opinion on it and just clear up the differences, because I feel like some people actually might be confused. You know, some people looking at it, some new people especially looking at it and saying like, why are there 3 versions of the Strike Freedom, and why are they produced by 3 different people, and why are people yelling at each other so much over it? So hopefully this cleared up a few things. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.